Good evening, you're watching Estuary News. I'm Hugh Riches. In the headlines tonight, a Grimsby building set to be demolished, a new support group for grandparents is launched in East Yorkshire, and others join forces in Grimsby. And later in tonight's programme, I'll be talking to Byron Young and Deb Appleyard about Treasure Island, and before that, Denise Johnson on how people can make a difference to Operation Christmas Child. St James's House in Grimsby is to be demolished. It's to make way for the £4 million town centre redevelopment. North East Lincolnshire Council has revealed plans to rejuvenate Riverhead Square, Town Hall Square and Carter Gate and St James's House ahead of a £20 million cinema and restaurant complex. Work is expected to start next year. A petition has been launched against booking fees at Hull New Theatre. The City Council, which runs the theatre, has introduced a £1.50 charge per ticket after a major upgrade to the ticketing system. The council says customers get a much better service, but Peter Abram, who launched the petition, hopes to scrap the fees. There are plans to regenerate a shopping centre in Hull. North Point Shopping Centre on Bransholme has submitted plans to Hull City Council to consider the proposals. They include rebuilding the eastern entrance of the centre and extending a wing to create more space for shops and restaurants. Existing stores will be reduced to allow other retailers to move in. A support group has been launched in Beverley to support grandparents who've been denied access to their grandchildren. The founder of the Beverley Grandparents Support Group has personal experience and explains why she set up the group.
I set this group up, Beverley Grandparents Support Group, really for grandparents who are in a similar situation to myself and don't have any contact at all with their own grandchild or grandchildren, and feel very isolated and traumatised by not having the opportunity just to spend some time with their own grandchildren, their own flesh and blood. So basically the main purpose of this group is to offer a hand of friendship to those grandparents who are going through this awful situation. There tend to be a lot of groups based down south and they tend to meet up and that kind of thing. But I've not found anything in the area, so I just thought, well, no one else is setting up it. And then, in fact, a number of grandparents have said to me, oh, at last, there's somewhere, for grandparents to go. Everyone's had to deal with it alone up until this point, I feel. So I feel like I'm providing, I suppose, a community service.
A Hull landlord has been prosecuted for failing to provide adequate drainage. Anlaby Road Management Company Limited failed to maintain the water drainage to a block of flats on Anlaby Road. Complaints were made about foul water and sewage pooling in the block's front garden and multiple defects and disrepair to the drainage system to 5 of the flats. The company was ordered to pay over £4,000 in fines and costs, including repairs undertaken by Hull City Council. A Beverley charity has held a fundraising evening in a bid to raise money for a new minibus. Beverley Community Lift provides transport services for elderly and disabled people to prevent isolation. The charity hosted a VIP screening of the new film Murder on the Orient Express. Jan Stainforth, the CEO, explains how important fundraisers are to the long-term viability of charities.
It's really important. As a small independent local charity, we're always struggling for funds. We provide transport for elderly and disabled people. It's getting increasingly difficult to keep our buses on the road and also our volunteer car drivers who help us as well. There are a lot of hidden costs incurred.
A significant partnership with an international orchestra will continue in Hull for at least another 7 years. Hull Culture and Leisure, along with Hull City Council, have announced they'll continue to work with the Royal Philharmonic, ensuring orchestral events continue at Hull City Hall. The Royal Philharmonic is generally regarded as one of the best in the world. The partnership secures its presence in the city until 2024. Mums in the East Marsh area are coming together to raise funds for a new children's park on Albion Street in Grimsby. The group is hoping to raise £40,000 through various fundraising activities. Fred McNamara brings us the story.
The children's playground on Albion Street in Grimsby has morphed into a desolate space in recent times. However, a group of local mums are banding together to raise funds that they hope will bring the park back to its former glory.
It's something that we want to do. We want to get the kids out in the open. The council took the slide away without anybody knowing. The park's well used by a lot of kids from Strand. There's people in the flats behind us that they always sit and watch the kids playing in the park. The kids have got nothing to do. So we want to build it back up so they can play outside, they can meet their friends, they can communicate with each other, build their skills up. So we just want a future for them.
Well, just say first of all, it's pleased that young mums are coming together to really make a difference in this area. They're going to turn a derelict park into something fantastic. My job is easy really. I'm going to be cycling 50 miles of pain, but to be honest, I've already got £800 and I'm appealing to the members of the public to get in touch with us to make sure we smash through that £1,000, because really we want to make a big difference in this area and we want all members of the public on board to really make a difference. Any penny, any pound will do. It'll make a really big difference from local residents.
East Marsh is the most deprived area around here. The kids need to get out for the health-wise and well-being. So if we've got the park, they can be outside.
I think it's good for the children, especially when they come out of school, and on an evening if the weather's good, the children can play in the park. In the mornings before school opens, the kids can play in the park, and we've got no park for the kids to play on. So therefore we want to raise that money to rebuild a park for the local children and the community to enjoy.
We all know nowadays councils have got note. They're struggling with money from government, no money coming in, so it's really important for the community to unite, to bring some community spirit back into the area, and let's make a difference, because these youngsters who go to Strand Street School and wherever really enjoy this park, but as you can see at this moment in time, it's very sadly neglected.
A range of fundraising activities, hosted by Natalie and Tammy, are in the works, all aimed at giving children in the East Marsh area a fresh and safe area to play in. From McNamara, Estuary News.
And if you want to find out more about the fundraising ventures or want to get involved, you can always get in touch with Councillor Stephen Besant, easily found on his bicycle. Operation Christmas Child has launched this year's campaign to ensure thousands of disadvantaged children have some joy on Christmas Day with a special gift. Last year's appeal saw a record-breaking 30,000 shoeboxes collected and delivered. And I'm joined now by Denise Johnson from the campaign to tell me how people can make a difference. Denise, welcome. Thanks very much for coming in. Before we go on any further with these lovely-looking Christmas presents, you've got in a little film that we'll play now.
Okay, thank you.
Lots of very happy children, Denise, by the look of it.
Yeah.
So there will be some people who aren't sure. How does the shoebox appeal work?
Well, what it is for children to come together with their parents and help pack a box. I've given some ideas here. I hope to unpack and share with people how to do exactly that.
Okay, well, do show us. This is like Christmas morning. Fantastic. open the box.
Okay, so here we have a boy, 10 to 14 years old, because this is the age that we get the least of. And there's lots of people say, what on earth do we put in a boy 10 to 14 box? So we have a leaflet on the top which gives you the boy or girl sticker. So you need to put that actually, that there's a boy 10 to 14. So here we go. We've got on the top here a photo which will be lovely to put in and share with people, that then it shows to the child who exactly has made the box
them a present,
up.
yes.
And that's lovely. So on top of the box, which takes up no room at all, is a lovely bag made. And I think this is a lovely thing to put their treasures in when the cardboard box disintegrates. So that's a lovely thing to start with. We've got hats, scarves and gloves, because they always need something warm.
That looks very good to me.
Yeah. We've got, for a 10 to 14 boy, obviously, a little calculator, a solar one. Dominoes, we've got wow, toys. We've got lots of
Is that a
games.
fidget, what is that called? A fidget spinner, that thing
Yes.
there? Okay, I've never
Yeah.
quite understood those,
Yeah.
but if you're 14, they're probably delightful.
We've got a little cuddly. I mean, everybody likes a little cuddly. Even a 10 to 14 boy, I think, would like a little cuddly.
Sure.
Tennis ball.
Always
any,
fun.
Any sort of ball, really. We've got frisbees here, these little frisbees.
Star Wars, top trump Star Wars.
Yeah, especially those sort of things, because we can't put playing cards in with the 4-suit variety.
Really, why not?
Because of the gambling. It's just another thing that we have to be careful of with the customs.
Okay, so no gambling, so presumably no booze either, I imagine,
No,
not for a
but you can
14-year-old
put
anyway.
in, this is a fantastic idea for a 10 to 14 boy, a wind-up torch. Pick up sticks.
It looks like the world's best Christmas stocking, doesn't it?
We mustn't forget the hygiene, soap, flannel, toothbrush, toothpaste.
If people want to get in touch, Denise, and want to contribute one of these boxes and put all these essentials and wonderful toys in, is there any way they can talk to you?
Can they come to the Ice House at Victor Street
In
in Grimsby?
Yep.
Or there's some drop-off points which are in Shoe Zone, Entertainer, in town, and Tesco's Cleethorpes.
Lovely.
There's plenty of things happening there.
Thank you very much, Denise. What a wonderful idea.
Thank you.
Join me after the break. Jack will bring us a roundup of all the latest sports news, and I'll be talking to Byron Young and Deb Appleyard about Treasure Island.